Hello everyone, hope you all are doing great. And in today's video we're going to be looking at progress view. Progress view that was introduced in iOS 14, but we're going to actually make it a little bit better to create a HUD uh, where you can actually show and hide the progress view based on some event or some toggle and stuff like that. So if you look at this example here, what we are doing is we have a timer, and that timer launches the progress view for 5 seconds, and then it sort of blurs out the screen on the back where the progress view is launched, and when it dismisses, it actually brings back the view itself. Okay, so this is the example that we're going to be building, and we're going to be looking at how we can create our own custom progress view that actually has this message and the progress indicator. Okay, so this is going to be the target for today's video, so let's go ahead and get started. So I have a blank view here, so we're going to use this. I don't need combine, so we can remove that. And let's first take a look at how iOS 14 actually creates a progress view. So if I were to have, like, a Z stack and a text, we create a V stack actually, V stack and a text, maybe dev techie, and then we're gonna show a progress view like so. Okay, if we had this view, what you're gonna notice is basically you have a a text and a loading indicator. Now this loading indicator can basically scale, so you can say scale effect, and for the scale you can actually bump the scale up and make this progress view a little bit bigger. So for example, you can say I want this 2 times, and I want to anchor this at the center point, and as you can see, the progress view itself has become bigger. You can change the tint color for this guy as well. So I believe tint color is, oh, you have to set the progress view style. Okay, you have to set the progress view style, and you're gonna say circular progress view style, and circular progress view style takes a tint. Okay, so I'm gonna set the orange tint, and there you go, you have yourself an orange progress indicator. Okay, all right, so that's your typical progress view. But let's say if you want to create a HUD similar to what we have created, like, in our example, how would you go about do it? Well, you can, like, start designing and putting out a struct right here, or I have another way. You can actually create another progress view, and we're gonna do just that using the help of this progress view. So we're going to use this progress view inside the struct, and we're going to call this one better progress view. Okay, it is going to have generic content type it's going to take, and it's going to conform to view where content is of type view. Okay, we're gonna make this basically in such a way where it can have a view builder, so you can basically have a closure where you can provide the content. That content is gonna be wrapped inside the progress view, so you don't have to worry about, like, stacking and stuff. You can just drop this progress view and provide the content that you want to show, and progress view is gonna basically show and hide depending upon your need. So you're gonna see just how we can do that. So we're gonna create a binding first, and we're gonna say is showing, and that's what the binding is gonna be for, is showing or not, and it's gonna be of boolean type. We're also gonna take a content, and this is basically gonna be a closure that will return a content. Okay, and now we're gonna create body. For the body, what we're going to do is we're going to use geometry reader to locate the center for center for our progress view, right? So we're gonna actually center the progress view. That's not gonna be an issue. And the second thing that we're gonna be setting via geometry view is we're gonna set the width and height for the progress view itself, the model that we are showing. Okay, so that's what we need geometry reader for. And geometry reader is basically reason. I mean, we could have given a static width and height, but I feel like geometry reader gives you a little bit better view. So you can instead use hard coded width and height, but here I'm going to use geometry reader. So I'm going to say geometry tree reader. Okay, this gives us a geometry proxy, so I'm going to say GON, and we're going to create a Z stack first. Okay, let's give the alignment center to this Z stack, and we're going to say self.content. So first lay out the content, disable it if is showing. So disable if the HUD is showing up, right? We're gonna also blur the background, so we're gonna say blur the content with radius 4, but only if is showing is true. Okay, otherwise don't blur it. Okay, then we're gonna have a VStack, and in this VStack we're gonna have a text, and this text you can take as an input. I'm just gonna leave it like as a static text. So I'm gonna say loading in this case, and so loading, please wait. Okay, and then we're gonna use the progress view that we have just created. Okay, and we are going to basically apply scale effect and the width. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this guy right here and paste it right here. There we go. So that's our progress view that we're going to show. Okay, and we're going to set the frame for this guy, and we're going to say width, we want geometry proxy dot size dot width, so divide by 2. And for the height, geometry proxy dot size dot height divide by 5. And alignment, we're gonna leave a default. Okay, for the background, we are going to say take color dot secondary color and color invert. Okay, so invert the colors in the view. For the foreground color, we're gonna say take primary color. This is basically gonna give us an opportunity to adapt to dark mode and stuff like that as well. For the corner radius, what we're gonna do is we're gonna say corner radius is gonna be 20, and we're gonna drop shadow, and shadow is gonna be 10. And for the opacity, we're gonna say if it's showing, then set the opacity to 1, otherwise set it to 0. Alright, so this is our entire progress view. So alright, let's go ahead and use our better progress view. So let's go ahead and use it inside a I'm gonna display our content in a list view. So I'm gonna say better progress view. Okay, if you notice, we have two things. We have a binding, okay, and this binding takes a boolean type, so we're gonna simply create a boolean state. Gonna set it to false initially, and here we're gonna bind this like that. And for the content, we're gonna have a navigation view like that, and this navigation view is going to have a list. Now we can create a list out of an array that we can create. So I'm going to create ABCD of fruits, we're gonna make it ID by itself. All right, so this is gonna give us an item inside the list, and we're gonna simply use a text to display that item. All right, and we're gonna say on appear, and this is where the demo goes. I'm gonna put a timer and schedule a timer, which is gonna basically toggle this is showing or not. Your use case is definitely gonna be different, where you're gonna be toggling is showing basically based on some event where you need the HUD to appear. Okay, so I'm gonna have timer dot schedule. So schedule timer with time interval, repeat, and block. So time interval, let's give it a 7. I gave it a 5 last time, so I'm gonna give it a 7 this time. I don't need the timer value because I'm gonna be just telling it to keep toggling back and forth. Okay, let's have a navigation title as well. Navigation bar title ABCD. Okay, like so. All right, and with that, let's go ahead and reload. So command option P is going to reload your canvas, and there we go, you have your canvas. And what I'm going to do is oh, I already have it running. Let me zoom out a little bit. There we go, that's better. Okay, so as you can see, after 7 seconds our HUD appears, and it does something. Our content is disabled. I'm trying to scroll, but I cannot. And when it goes back, I can scroll. Okay, when the HUD comes up, then I won't be able to interact with it. So there you go. You can create this way. You can create your own HUD using a progress view and without relying on any of the third-party framework that you might or might not want to include. With that, we are towards the end of the video, so thanks again for all the support, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in another video. Thank you.